All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, those are the men that teach me this 100% truth according to the scriptures, and peace and blessings and safety to the Lord's elect. All right, scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing His word in humility and sincerity as commanded by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. The title of this lesson, as you can see, is the souls that forgot the Lord. Okay. And we're living in times where may manifest who it is that actually serves the Most High, the God of the Bible, whose name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, whose name is Yahweh Shai, and who doesn't, and the scriptures speak about reincarnation, regeneration, the fact that our souls have been many times in prior lives. Yes. Okay, go ahead. So I was reading the book of Psalms, and our people, the Israelites, there's always been a remnant, and there's always been a portion of the Israelites that did not want to serve the Lord and did not continue in the Lord's commandment, but they forgot the Lord. Okay, ultimately nowadays our people forget that the Lord is dealing with them. This is why they all are into Christianity, Islam, Egyptology, witchcraft, horoscopes. These are the gods that our people worship. These are the things that think that they get power from, but they've forgotten the Most High Yahweh. Okay, they've forgotten the creator of the heavens and the earth. And really, it's not them in this life that forgot them, but their spirit and their soul has forgot them, because that's our spirit and our soul, Lord willing. We've always been believers on Yahweh Shai. We've always been believers on Yahweh Bashmir Shai, but their soul and their spirit has always gone astray. Okay, has always forgot the Lord. So let's go to the scriptures. We're going to start here in Psalm 78 and verse 5. Let's start at the top. Psalm 78 and verse 3. I'll start at 3. It says, which we have heard and known, and our fathers, we will not hide them from their children, showing to the generations to come the praises of Yahweh and His strength and His wonderful works that He have done. For He established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which He commanded our fathers, that they should make them known to their children, that the generations to come might know them, even the children which should be born, who should arise and declare them to their children, that they might set their hope in the Most High and not forget the works of the Most High, but keep His commandments. So we are to pass these stories, this history down, these marvelous works, these wondrous works of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai down to our children and to our children's children. And our children will teach their children, and their children will teach their children, so that we do not forget the works of the Most High. Let's go to that word works. It says deed, practice, acts. It says practice, usually bad, acts, deeds. Okay, so we're not going to forget the deeds, the kind and gracious deeds and acts of the Lord. So in order to avoid this, we constantly speak on these things to our children and speak on these, and so that they would teach their children. But somewhere along the way, the nation of Israel stopped this process. Okay, so there were certain souls amongst us that stopped this process and went astray and went a whoring after other gods. Now, this word for forget, it says shakak. And it says to forget, ignore, right? Because a lot of times our people, everybody knows that the Bible exists. Everybody knows about the God of the Bible, but a lot of our people ignore the God of the Bible, which basically ties into them forgetting. You see, it says to cease to care. So they no longer care about Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We're the only ones that care, us in this faith, us Hebrew Israelites, okay? Because Christians, they don't care about Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, okay? Because whenever you tell them or show them in the scriptures how to please the God of the Bible, they ignore it. They forget it. It says to forget, ignore, wither, to forget, to cease to care. So our people have ceased to care, to give a damn about the Lord. It says to be forgotten, to cause to forget, to make or cause to forget. It says to be oblivious of. So a lot of our people are just flat out oblivious that they're the Israelites, that the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua requires certain things of them. But this happened through a process of time, dealing with the history of the Israelites. Okay, we weren't always in chains under the white man, being forced to learn whatever we wanted to learn. There was a time where we had that liberty to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, but you had certain of the Israelites who wanted to go another way. They were the souls that forgot the Lord. It says to mislay, i.e., to be oblivious of, from want of memory or attention, which want means lack, from the lack of memory or attention that they give to this truth, to the Lord. So now let's go back to Psalm 78 and verse 7. It says that they might set their hope in the Most High, because our hope is in the Most High. Okay, but if you put your hope in something else, it's because you forget the hope that is in the Lord, which is greater than any hope of this world. It says, and not forget the works of God, but keep his commandments, and might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart aright, and whose spirit was not steadfast with the Most High. You see, goes back to the title of the lesson, the souls that forgot the Lord, because their spirit, it was something about their spirit. And we know that the spirit goes back to the Father who gave it, but the spirit comes back down in the third and fourth generation. So that those same spirits, those same souls always have forgotten Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Those same spirits, those same souls was not steadfast with the Most High. Let's go to that word, steadfast. Spirit. The word for spirit is aman. Aman. Yeah, aman. And it says to support, confirm, be faithful. I mean, Salaki, this is the word for steadfast, not spirit, Salaki. This is the word for steadfast. It's aman. And it says to support, confirm, be faithful. So their spirit was not faithful with the Lord. Their spirit was never faithful with the Lord. Their spirit always wandered. Okay? It says uphold, nourish, to be established, to be faithful, to make firm, reliable, trusty. Their spirit was not always trusty with the Lord. Their spirit always was shaky, rocky, fugazi, you know. But the elect, those believers, wasn't so. So Psalm 78:8, and might not be as their fathers, because certain of our forefathers were of those spirits. Because it's not according to the lineage. Just because we in this truth don't mean that all of our lineage was always in this truth. Okay, a witness against that would be our family members. So you had certain spirits in each lineage that were believers, but the majority of them, 2/3 of them, were unbelievers. It says, it might not be as their fathers, a stubborn and rebellious generation, a generation that set not their heart aright, whose spirit was not steadfast with the Most High. The children of Ephraim, being armed and carrying bows, turned back in the day of battle. They kept not the covenant of the Most High and refused to walk in his law. And we can think about now, modern times, our people, the ones of our family who we try to, bring them into the faith, they refuse to come back to this. Psalm 78:11, and forgot his works and his wonders that he had showed them. So they forgot the works of the Lord. They forgot the marvelous things that he did. Psalm 78:11, and forget his works and his wonders that he showed them. Marvelous things did he in the sight of their fathers in the land of Egypt, in the field of Zoan. So if these spirits, if these souls, which were not steadfast with the Lord, but forgot him, if they forgot that the Lord split the Red Sea, and they forgot that Moses struck the rock and water flowed out of it, if they forgot that the Lord sent down manna from heaven, how much more are people who have never seen those signs? Lord said, there shall be no signs given to this generation, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. So our people in these times, they are too far gone. They are too far gone. Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 1. Now let's go to the point. 2nd Ezra chapter 1 and verse 4. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they might tell their children's children. You see, so it's all going back to us teaching our children and our children's children, because the Lord said, as we know, what's that, Proverbs 22, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he shall not depart from it. So the reason for the spoil and the decay of our nation is because of the lack of home training, the lack of parenting, the lack of us teaching our children these morals and these values of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You try to wait until they're a certain age to teach them, and it just won't work. So somewhere along the line of the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans history, before slavery, there was a breakage of the communication between the parent and the child and teaching them the ways of the Lord. Second Ezra 1 and 5, go thy way and show my people their sinful deed and their children, their children's and their children, their wickedness, which they have done against me. So the Lord told Ezra to go show the nation of Israel's children the wickedness that their parents had done, that they may tell their children's children, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them, meaning they're doing worse than their parents. Because if a child is nothing but a prodigy or a protege of the parent, if you were a great baseball player, your son more than likely is going to increase in that. He's going to be a better baseball player. If you were a great drug dealer and a pimp, your son more than likely, if he spends a lot of time around you, he's going to be he's going to increase in drug dealing and pimping. So the same thing happened back then with these souls that forgot Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Their children became increased in their wickedness. 2nd Ezra 1 and 6, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them, for they have forgotten me and have offered unto strange gods. So Caesar Borgias, Jesus Christ, Allah, Buddha, Santa Maria, all these other, like I said, horoscopes. Our people practice witchcraft, straight up witchcraft. They'll tell you, I'm a witch. And they think it's cool. They think there's no punishment for that. They think that there's actually power in that, because they are the souls that forgot the Lord. They are the souls that forgot the Most High. Let's go to Jeremiah. And ultimately, like I said, is because that they, in their mind, the condition that the Lord put our people through, they look at the chattel slavery that our people suffered, and they see the Bible, and in their mind, because the white man, he had the Bible through his deception, he held the Bible during that time. So in their mind, this is Esau's book, and this book is what basically justified and supported our slavery, which this Bible did support our slavery, but it also supports our salvation and the uplifting of us after that punishment, because that was a punishment for us forgetting the Lord. It all goes back to those souls, those spirits that were not steadfast in the Most High. So now our people, they look in 2021 and they see the scriptures and they think, well, the God of the Bible, he's not dealing with us. The God of the Bible don't care about us. The God of the Bible is for the white man. Look at how they live it. Look at how they can do us dirty in the street. Look at that white image. Malachi 1 and verse 1, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I love Jacob. So the Lord said that he loved Israel, but Israel responds to the Lord by saying, wherein hast thou loved us? Where do you love us? How do you love us, Lord? This is what our people say. And they might not say it with their mouth, but in spirit, this is the tone of the spirits of the nation of Israel right now. You see that this is the New King James. It says, I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet you say, in what way have you loved us? Because they look at the slavery. They look at the punishment that the nation of Israel had to go through because they forgot the Lord. Because when you go back to the book of Exodus, all of our nation agreed. We all agreed with Moses that we would do all that the Lord said that he wanted us to do. We said that we would do it. So when we didn't keep up our end of the deal, the Lord kept up his end of the deal, which was there was a punishment for not keeping up our end of the deal. So our people, they look at the Lord and they see the position that we're in and they think that the Lord has forgotten us. Let's go to Isaiah 49 and 14. It says, but Zion said, Zion Tazayawan is another name for the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But Zion said, the Lord hath forsaken me, and my Lord hath forgotten me. You see, so our people are under the impression that the Lord has forgotten them. So they have to change their God into that which is no God, as it says in the book of Jeremiah. They have to now leave off of the God of the Bible and go cleave to some other philosophy, because they are the souls that forgot the Most High. This is why the Lord said that they would grope at noonday as the blind grope in darkness. Because ultimately the Lord got tired of our people treating him like some holler, man, like some booty call. Okay, doing what they want, and then the Lord punishing them or putting them into captivity, and then they call on the Lord when they get into trouble, and then the Lord delivered them. And that cycle kept continuing over and over and over again. And so the Lord got tired of these, not necessarily the remnant, the elect, but he got tired of those souls that forgot him. So he said, you know what? I'm going to strip you of your heritage, pursuant to Jeremiah 17 and 4. Okay. And you are not even going to know who you are, so that you don't have a way to come back to me. You don't have a way to call on my name. Isaiah 49 and 14. But Zion said, the Lord hath forsaken me, and my Lord hath forgotten me. Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. So the Lord is making it clear that he did not forget the nation of Israel. Okay? He did not forget our people. This is why you have the brothers on the highways and byways. It tells you in the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 36 and verse 16, that the Lord had compassion on his people, because he didn't forget us. He had compassion on his people by sending to our nation his messengers. Isaiah 49 and 15. Can a woman forget her sucking child? Can a mother forget her sucking child? Ultimately, a mother can forget her sucking child, but that's a rarity. It's an extreme rarity that a mother will forget her sucking child. But the Lord said, it's impossible for me to forget you. It says that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb. Yeah, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. So the Lord said, a woman may forget her child, but I will not forget thee. Let's get one more to back that up. Jeremiah 2 and verse 32. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. You see, so the nation of Israel have forgotten the Lord for days without number. And so the Lord, he got tired of this. He had enough. It tells you in Isaiah, the first chapter, that the whole head is sick. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Why should I continue to whoop your ass anymore? Why don't I just send the ultimate punishment on you? It tells you in Ezekiel, make a chain, representing captivity is coming for you. Jeremiah 2:32. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? But my people have forgotten me days without number. You see, our people have forgotten the Lord days without number. Let's go to the next chapter. Jeremiah 3:21. A voice was heard upon places, weeping and supplications of the children of Israel, for they have perverted their way, and they have forgotten the Lord their power. You see, our people have perverted their way, which the word pervert means to live contrary to the scriptures. That word pervert is here in the Hebrew. It's iwa. And it says to bend, to twist, to distort. You see, they've distorted the message of the scriptures. They've distorted it and say, you know what, God loves everybody. You can be a Mo. If love is love, you know. Jesus was a white man. His name was Jesus. The name don't matter. They've twisted the scriptures. They bent the ways of the Lord to appeal to their life. This is why the previous chapter said, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? It says to bend, to bow down, be twisted, be perverted, to do perversely, which again, the word pervert means to be contrary to the scriptures when you go into the etymology of it. It says to commit iniquity, do wrong, pervert, to do wrong, commit iniquity, to do wickedly, make crooked. You know, so they made something that was straight and perfect. They made it crooked. Jeremiah chapter 3:21. It says a voice was heard upon the high hills, so like upon the high places, weeping and supplications of the children of Israel, for they have perverted their way, and they have forgotten their power. Return, ye backsliding daughter, so like return, ye backsliding children, and I will hear your backslidings. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art Yahweh our power. So the Lord is still, through all of this, the Lord is telling the nation of Israel to return unto him. Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because they have knowledge. And this is why they continue to forget the Lord. One of the definitions for forget was to ignore. They continue to ignore the Lord. When you go to Isaiah 1:3, it says the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people do not consider. Because this word, this truth is out here. It's been spread across the four corners of the earth. You got camps in every major country and at just about every major city. So the knowledge of the Lord is here, but the nation of Israel, the souls that forgot the Lord, they reject knowledge. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. So the Lord said, you know what, you forgot me, so I'm going to forget you. I'm going to turn my back on you. Let's go to Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place, as their offense, and seek my face. So the Lord turned his back on the nation of Israel. And he said he would go and return to his place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face In their affliction, they will seek me early. In our affliction, which is here in America, Babylon the Great, this final captivity, the elect have went to seek him early. Jeremiah 18 and 17. Because you see, we turned our back on the Lord, so the Lord turned back his back on us. Jeremiah 2 and 27, it says, saying to a stock, thou art my father, which a stock is nothing but an idol. So our people, they say to these idols that that's their father, that's their God. And to a stone, thou hast brought me forth. Our people pray to Allah, which is a rock, a stone. For they have turned their back unto me and not their face. Our people, they have turned their back to the Lord and not their face to the Lord. It says, but in the time of their trouble, they will say, arise and save us. But when as soon as trouble comes, they're going to ask the stock and they're going to ask that stone to save them, as if they hadn't turned their back on the true power that has power to save them. Jeremiah 32 and 33. And they have turned unto me the back and not the face, though I taught them, rising up early and teaching them. And that's what the men out on the highways and byways, starting with the elders and apostles, great millstone, are here for, to teach the nation of Israel. Because somewhere along the lines, their parents didn't teach them. Somewhere along the lines, we were stripped from our heritage. The Lord stripped it from us, so that the only people that could return to him would be the elect. It says here, Jeremiah 18, Jeremiah 32 and 33, and they have turned unto me the back and not the face, though I taught them, rising up early and teaching them, yet they have not hearkened to receive instruction. You see? So the Lord said, because of this, Jeremiah 18 and 17, I will scatter them as an east wind before the enemy, show them the back and not the face in the day of their calamity. So the Lord said he's going to turn his back on you in the day of your calamity, because you forgot him. He's going to turn his back on you. And he's going to show you his back and not his face. Jeremiah 50 and 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. Because ultimately, Yahweh Shemel Shah, this is the resting place for our people. This is the rest wherewith he will cause the weary to rest. Isaiah 29. Isaiah 28. And verse Isaiah 28 and 12, it says, to whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, because our people, they need to be refreshed with the truth of their heritage. Yet they would not hear. Isaiah 28 and 12, to whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. You see, yet they would not hearken unto the Lord. They would not turn to him. Jeremiah 6 and 16. Thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we would not walk therein. Matthew 11, verse 30. Let's start at verse 28. It says, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. Okay. And this is what the Lord is saying through the Hebrew Israelites in 2021 before the destruction of America, Babylon the Great comes via World War III. Okay. Telling those few souls that are left that were not of those souls that forgot the Lord to come unto Yahushua and to take his yoke upon you, his burden upon you, because his burden is easy. It says, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So the door is still open for the nation of Israel. Isaiah 44. But the elect is going to turn back. You know, that's why the scriptures say in the book of Jude, verse 5, I will therefore put you in remembrance. So the elect is going to remember. Let's go to that word remembrance. It says to cause one to remember, bring to remembrance, recall to mind, to another, to put one in remembrance, right? It says, I will therefore put you in remembrance, though ye once knew this. When did we once know this? Our spirit once knew this. Our spirit once knew this in a previous lifetime. It says, though ye once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believe not. And who are those that believe not? Those were the souls that forgot the Lord. Second Peter 3:1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. You see? So the elect, their mind has been stirred up to remember the Lord. Let's go to that word, stir up. It says to wake up, awaken, arouse from sleep. So our mind has been awakened from sleep. Meaning what? Meaning our spirit is something that agitated our spirit to rise, to arouse the mind. Because in your mind, your spirit dwells within your mind. This is why people say the eyes are the window to the soul. So it says to arouse the mind, stir up, render active. You see, our spirit was activated. Something in us was activated to serve Yahweh Shemion Shai. This is why in the book of Baruch, it says that he would give us a heart and ears to hear, which is the Holy Spirit. But that had to be activated. It had to be stirred up in our pure minds. Let's go to that word mind. It says the mind as a faculty of understanding, feeling, desiring. You see, mind, i.e. spirit. You see, so the Lord woke up our spirit. He aroused our spirit to get back in that position of fastness for Yahweh Shemiah Shai. It says mind, i.e. spirit, way of thinking and feeling, thoughts, either good or bad. So the Lord stirred up the deep thought, the faculty of mind or its disposition. By implication, it's exercise. So the Lord stirred that up in us so that we will remember his truth. Isaiah 44:21. Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. So the Lord have not forgotten the elect, because the elect are the ones that's going to remember these. Let's read it again. Isaiah 44:21. Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions. That's the elect. All their transgressions will be forgiven, and it will be as though they had not sinned. Thy transgressions, and as a cloud, thy sins return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. You see, the elect are going to be redeemed. Sing, O ye heavens, for the Lord hath done it. Shout, ye lower parts of the earth. Break forth into singing, ye mountains, O forests, and every tree therein. For Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai have redeemed Jacob and glorified himself in Israel. So this is a great thing that the Lord is doing by waking us up, by stirring up our pure minds. This means that we are not of those souls, those spirits that forgot the Lord. This means this is the beginning stages of the earth and the trees and the mountains and the forest and every tree therein being renewed and refreshed, because the Lord is going to redeem Jacob and glorify himself in Yasha'Allah. Verse 24, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am Yahweh that maketh all things, that stretches forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself. So, Lord, when this lesson was edifying to a member of the Lord's elect, I want to say, call halal yimla Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakodash, forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. Shalom.